Müstair is the most eastern place in Switzerland, only 1 kilometer from South Tyrol in Italy. The Benedictine Convent of St. John is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which was founded in the 8th century by Charlemagne. Today, 12 Benedictine nuns live here. A document in the convent's archive attests to the existence of very valuable relics placed in its Holy Cross chapel in the early 16th century. A thorn from the Crown of Thorns placed on Jesus' head before the crucifixion, a splinter of the Holy Cross, as well as a bone fragment of John the Baptist. When restoration work began on the chapel in 2008, this gave archaeologists a chance to look for them. They expected to find them in the altar, since all altars are supposed to contain a relic. They removed part of the plaster coating at the center, hoping to uncover a niche that might contain the relics. But they found nothing, and so the project was almost aborted.
In einem zweiten Schritt habe ich das Zeug mit dem Staubsauger abgesaugt und habe gemerkt.
Only at a second stage, when I cleaned out the dust, I noticed a subtle overlay of plastering. That's when we saw that there was indeed a niche, but it was slightly off-center.
Also das ist mir praktisch aufgefallen, dass die Nische verschoben ist.
Inside was a glass container sealed with wax, which evidently contained relics. At the end of March 2010, the lid was removed from the glass in front of the public. Of course, everyone expected to find the relics described in the archive document.
The more I know about this convent, the more exciting it gets. It's like in a thriller.
But the glass didn't contain any of the expected objects. Instead, it revealed bone fragments of 4 saints, 2 of whom were previously unknown.
In dem Glas da hat's die Authentika drin, die Bütteli mit der Reliquie.
Inside the glass, there are labelled bags containing the relics. A certificate from the bishop who consecrated this altar, and there are 3 lumps of incense.
Und dann hat's noch 3 Weihrauchkörner drin.
According to the documents inside the container, the bone fragments belonged to King Louis IX of France, Saint Louis, who lived in the 13th century, and to the Roman martyr Alexander and 2 others who were all killed in the 3rd century. For the archaeologists, the find raised a lot of questions. Did the convent archive contain false information? If not, where are the Jesus relics? The quest leads us into the chapel crypt, which contains a second altar. Could this be where they are?
Das ist jetzt dieser Altar von 1502.
This altar was consecrated in 1502. Here we see the niche for the relic, but it's empty. There should be relics here, but we don't know where they went.
Man weiß nicht, wo die hingekommen sind.
It's possible that the relics were stolen at some point. Or maybe they were deliberately moved to some other place inside the convent. Put in one of these monstrances here, perhaps?
Ja, eben, das sieht man. Im Kreuz drin sind 2 ganz feine, wie Spieße.
Here you see inside the cross 2 very thin splinters, and we believe they came from the Holy Cross itself.
Wir glauben vom Holz des Kreuzes Christi. Das braucht der Priester.
The priest uses this monstrance between May and September to protect farmers from thunderstorms, lightning and hail.
Gewitter, Sturm, Blitz und Hagel gefährlich werden können für den Bauern.
Once the restoration work on the Holy Cross Chapel is finished, the relics of the 4 saints will be put back into the altar, where they will fulfill their religious purpose again. And the quest for the lost Jesus relics continues.